Yo vlog, another vlog here, and this time I'm in the brothers' prayer room, and yeah, this is touching on Fazana. So remember my friend who passed away, or someone who I knew that passed away December, and yeah, there's a little update based on that experience. Of course, that was the first time I experienced someone like who I knew of or like close, like from a friendship perspective, like passing away. So. Um, yeah, of course that was a big thing at the time, very like emotional and stuff. Where it's like as time went on, it's like you kind of use that emotion towards like inspiration and like just like doing other stuff. So Zana was Muslim or is Muslim. So it's like with that being said, that inspired me to research into Islam further. I've done a few stuff. So of course started reading the Quran, and then Ramadan happened. Done Ramadan for the whole month. That was a good experience. And then finished the Quran in Ramadan. And then after that, started pursuing knowledge further. So doing the 5 prayers, I come in here quite frequently doing the 5 prayers, asking questions to the internet and to people there and there, but mostly to the internet. So yeah, like researching Islam led me to ask questions like, what is the difference between what is following God and what's following tradition and culture? Because of course, like being like someone new to this, I didn't grow up in Islam, so it's like going on the internet typing and stuff like, oh yeah, how comes in the prayer you have to mention this prophet and that prophet, like Abraham, Muhammad, within the prayer, and send blessings onto their family, which is great. Oh yeah, peace be upon them. Like it's great to do that, but is that a requirement, kind of thing? Like where did that come from? Does it say it in the Quran? Of course, you got hadiths as well, but it's like just knowing conflicts are within the hadiths as well. Like the Quran looks like the best thing to follow, especially from like a new person perspective, and stuff like that. So, question around what you say in the prayer, how many times you do the prayer, how many rakats for each prayer. Like lots of the stuff wasn't mentioned directly in the Quran, from what I know so far. So just know where that comes from. Is it like just because people grew up doing it? Like, cause lots of the British Muslims and lots of Muslims in general, they grew up in families that practice the culture and tradition, like every single like generation to generation. So it's like that's normal to them. So when I was asking a few Muslims around these questions, it's like they didn't know the answer 100%, and that's okay because everyone's on their own journey. And that's why I don't really like answering too many questions to people on their own journey at the same time, because I don't want to throw them off. That's why I ask the internet most of the time. But yeah, with that being said, done lots of research within that, and where I'm at currently with Islam and so forth is just that I respect the teachings, I follow some of the teachings, and I look to the Quran. Like that seems like the primary source to do. Like just look to the Quran. But I wouldn't say I'm a Muslim at this moment. Of course, with that being said, it's like still believe in God as I've always done, and that kind of thing. But I don't see making a decision to be a Muslim on the horizon for me personally, with the whole questions and conflicts around tradition and what's actually from Allah and that kind of thing. And yeah, that's just my personal journey. I feel like Fazana guided me towards knowledge through her, just who she was, and of course her passing and so forth. And after digesting the knowledge up until this point, I can kind of use that part of my life experience kind of like shape my experience going forward, whether that be through the lens of being a Muslim or a non-Muslim. But yeah, that's kind of how the grief kind of like, that's what the grief manifested into, just like great knowledge and great research and great understanding into a new way of life. And yeah, I really respect it, and I take teachings from it for sure. And with that being said, it's like I found so many signs though, like just to talk about my experiences, like when I was reading the Quran, doing this and doing that, there's so much different signs within this whole process with Fazana, like even from the time of her passing, like yeah, so much different signs. And I'm not going to go into all of them because some of them are a bit too deep, and yeah, that's part of the reason of how she passed, that kind of thing. But stuff just from an Islamic point of view, it's like I was reading the Quran, thinking to myself, I was thinking about practicing the 5 prayers, and I thought to myself, how am I gonna know how to do the steps in the prayer without any guide. I need like a handbook. And that following week, I had a friend. He invited me to dinner with a group of friends, and yeah, there was a masjid, the same mosque masjid that we went for Zana's janaza. We went across there, done the prayer, and I was learning the prayers from like this congregation of like 1,000 people, or hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people doing it at the same time. And then there was books. So I picked up 2 books around Islam, one being how to pray, kind of thing. Like little signs there and there has built up to me believing in God for sure, 100%. But just knowing, separating how to believe in God from believing in God is what I'm trying to do. Like, how do you do it? What is it? It's just, yeah, I don't know how to put it. I can put it in words, but that's my just first freestyle point of view of like how I'm feeling. But it's like, I'm gonna put it into words. So you got methods of how to reach God. So that's 5 daily prayers, the rakats, the recitation of certain words within the prayers. But then you got, that's the method, but then you got, oh, you can just do this as well. Like, this is fine as well. Like, you can just pray to God normally. You can just be like, when I say normally, that's the wrong word. Like, you can just pray to God, just like, oh, yeah, thank you, God, for another day. Guide me on this and that, and that. Amen. Or inshallah, you know, Ameen. You know? So just knowing 100% of it all, and I feel like I'm at a position where I can grow and learn. I didn't grow up in religion, so I've been around Christianity, I've been around Islam, and yeah, I just really appreciate the experiences that come through all of that. And yeah, with that being said, before Pazana passed away, it's like she voice noted me, like we had a conversation before. We had a conversation after that, but this was a conversation where it's like she said, oh yeah, the prayer signs, like there's prayer signs on campus that show how to get to the prayer rooms. But they said multi-faith, like they said multi-faith on them. And it's not a multi-faith room, it's Muslim prayer spaces. I'm literally kind of like saying what she said in paraphrase mode. And it's like, yeah, so I was always on my mind to kind of like change the prayer signs. Like I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna look into that for sure. Within the time of her being in the office and being there, it's like, I gave her updates on like how things are going. Like, it was a good kind of like just action. And then, yeah, her passing just kind of like just made that drive further to get the action going. And now, took like a bit just based on like communication through email and so forth. But now, the prayer signs are updated to show the Muslim prayer areas. And yeah, that's a good success for sure.
So yeah, literally, this is the first sign. It used to say multi-faith, and that says Muslim prayer room. So yeah, that leads you from the ground floor all the way down here, where you didn't see that sign, which says Muslim prayer area, and it shows the room. So BRG 29 is for brothers, BRG 30 is for sisters, and yeah, then you get to the prayer room. So then you even got extra sign here as well. You even got one here as well. So
yeah. She also, like in the conversation, she said, "Oh, you should go to the Jummah prayer, which is on a Friday." And usually I work from home on Friday, so I was like kind of like, oh yeah, for sure, I'll do that. But it's like not knowing when I'll do that. You know when you say like, oh yeah, I'll do that for sure. Knowing that you respect the person's point of view, like what you respect the person's thought, but it's like at the same time you're like, cool, I'll get around to it for sure. And yeah, I don't know, keep relating things to her passing, but that's just the reality of it. It's like that just reignite that thing of like, oh yeah, I need to, before the year ends, because there's a Jummah prayer ends at a certain part of the year, because students do the Jummah prayer and students go on summer leave, so summer holidays. So I managed to get to the second to the last one, and yeah, then it came on a Friday. I worked from home on a Friday, and that was a great experience just to be around that energy of students and so forth, like just worshiping and just that kind of thing. So yeah, amazing. In relation to the signs and so forth, it's like whether that be coming to the prayer room, praying wrong, because of course, like they say, you should pray to the Qibla, whether that's tradition, culture, or what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know. That's the questions kind of thing. But the Qibla has these signs, so the brothers pray in diagonal. I was praying in a straight line, and a brother saw me doing that. And yeah, so what happened was that I came to the prayer room, done my prayer thinking that I'm doing it cool, the Islamic way. I was doing it straight towards this wall instead of diagonally. And then I saw two brothers praying, so after I prayed, I sat down there and observed them praying over there. And after the prayer, the brothers came to me and was like, oh yeah, observed you doing the prayer, and just let you know the diagonal signs towards the Qibla. So he was praying straight, but it's supposed to be towards the diagonal signs. And literally, that was in the following week after me wanting to learn how to pray, that kind of thing. And you got these brothers here giving me their time, like an hour or so, just standing here, talking about different aspects, answering, oh yeah, any questions you have, let me know, all that kind of thing. Like, it was beautiful, like it was very beautiful, and I respect it, and I wish blessings go on to them 100% based on the faith and belief of Islam. So yeah, like I really respected my journey. I really respect my journey towards Islam and what it means to people and that kind of thing. But yeah, I still want to be myself ultimately, and live based on my own experiences, and like, well, this is my own experiences, but just be 100% for me, you know? And that's where I'm at with like religion, Islam, that kind of thing. With a belief in God, just knowing like, cool, there's different methods that people believe in God in, whether that be Islam, Christianity, this religion, that religion, and you just got to respect them all. And yeah, so I'm here today, happy, quite chill, content, and just hoping that based on the religion of Islam, the blessings of Fazana is still being given and granted to her in paradise. So of course that's the belief, so I hope that belief is true God, Allah, and that's been honored because she's a great human. I don't know her inside out, but of course Islam's about presenting yourself in a way that pleases God, and I think she done that well amongst people. So yeah, that's the end of this vlog, and that's that. Yeah, God bless all my believers out there, God bless, and that kind of thing. And oh yeah, like I don't dispute the prayers though, like despite having conflict with knowing if it's 5 prayers or this amount of prayers, I don't dispute them because it definitely structures your day. And it allowed me, when I was doing them, to kind of like just have just a calm, purposeful day. Like I'm at a point of life where it's like I'm quite, inshallah, like I do the actions, but God is the best of planning. So it's like whether the action turns into this or that, it's because of God, you know. So yeah, I'm very at peace with that all. So every time I had like a thing, came to the prayer room, I prayed, and that kind of thing, and I see the benefit in 100%, and I wouldn't dispute the benefit for sure. So continue to do that, continue to pray. It's important. It kind of centers you, well, live your own experience with it all. But that's me, and that's that. But yeah, God bless.